Futuristic, been spitting like he chewed tobacco all up in his mouth. I don't need a deal, got a whip and a chain, and no, I'm not a slave in the South. I got a crib in LA and a crib in AZ. The way I be putting shit.
What's going on, Silverbacks? This is Adam and Phil. We're just got another video today of us doing some deadlifts, and the first clip's gonna be Phil here, just warming up with 405, making it look real easy.
Yeah, this was after my heavy set of squats this week, and you can probably tell right away, even on that 455 warm-up, that I was pretty fried at this point. Hit a big squat PR, but that's another topic. So yeah, I was trying a couple things out with the deadlifts. Recently saw Brian Shaw on Mark Bell at Super Training Gym, strongest gym in the West, and he was talking about how he fixed his deadlift stance or modified his deadlift stance. Brian Shaw is a massive guy, like I think he's probably 400 pounds.
Yeah, 415 pounds, 6'8".
So
a beast.
Yeah, you can imagine a guy like that could have trouble getting into a traditional deadlift stance. So I was trying a little bit wider, bring my hands out a little bit wider, just seeing how it went. So that was okay. Deadlifts were feeling pretty heavy, but having Adam around to motivate me was pretty useful.
Well, it's tough when you're doing like a maximal squat effort and then going into deadlifts and then doing a maximal deadlift effort on the same day. Takes a lot out of you.
Oh, definitely. By the time you get to those deadlifts, you're not looking forward to them.
Builds a lot of character, though.
Yeah, so. Definitely. I mean, my deadlift has never been my strongest suit, so putting that effort into them, like that fail there, sometimes it just gets to you mentally. I think deadlifting is one of those real mental challenges where you really just got to push through. And I strapped up after a couple sets because I really just wanted to focus on my technique, and my grip wasn't bothering me. It was more of just focusing on pure technique for the deadlift.
Yeah, you've never had a problem, especially when you hit like 95% on holding on to the bar. So I think for a lot of people, if you're not having that issue or if you're just fatigued, it's better to throw on the straps and keep the weight up and focus on technique and building that muscle rather than just not doing the lift at all or dropping the weight significantly. There's Phil's derriere, dead ass. It's looking good. Obviously, all the squatting he's been doing has been working for him.
Oh, that extra glute activation in the squat.
Exactly.
Which means I think now my deadlift is after squats taking a little bit of a hit, because when you're squatting and using a lot more of those glutes when it comes to deadlifting, especially in conventional like that, your glutes and hamstrings can just get super fatigued.
It's a good training for the meet, though, to do squats and deadlifts. Arguably the two hardest of the three lifts on the same day. Really builds up your work capacity, and it can be tough on your central nervous system as well to lift 90% on squats and deadlifts in the same day is tough. So definitely good preparation for the meet that's coming up in a few weeks for us. Here's me doing some warm up here with 405. It's really important, I think, just to focus on technique all the way up. You practice like you play, whether it's 135 or, like 100 or 900 pounds. It's important to really focus on your technique, get it locked in. I've been really trying to focus on, pushing my shoulders down. I think Mark Bell describes it as, pushing your shoulders into your pockets and really flexing your lats to make sure my back has been keeping flat, not rounding. And since transitioning to sumo, I found it takes me 2 years to pull the weight off the floor. Breaking off the floor is the hardest part, but then once I get to my knees, I'm finding I'm able to fire my hips through into the bar and lock out quickly. But as you can see here, it's just so slow off the bottom.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, that's what they initially struggle with sumo, which is fine. I mean, that's part of the lift, but it's really just sticking to it and, having that mental strength. And, sometimes you need that mental strength to just break through and, keep it going off the floor.
It's true. And even though, my lockout's been pretty good and it's really off my floor that needs work, Phil was squatting really heavy, doing 540, so I was doing, curls for the girls, basically, and doing bodybuilding that one day. So I decided to throw on some plates and do some rack pulls. Ended up doing 585 for 6 here, using straps, so obviously it doesn't count. But really working on bracing and activating my glutes. It's really important for me. My lat activation hasn't been very good, so really flexing those. And just getting to handle some really heavy weight for me is definitely, I think, going to help in the meet when I go to deadlift. All right, Silverbacks, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be starting our Ask Silverback Power video series this week, so make sure you submit our questions on social media, and we'll be sure to answer them. Peace.